guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Amanda. I am a mom to 4 young kids. We also homeschool. I am so happy to have you here. Today's video is going to be an all-day cleaning video. So like I said, we homeschool, all of my kids are going to be around, and I wanted to give you guys a look at what I do off and on throughout my entire day to keep my home from being a complete disaster zone and staying ahead of all of the messes that we create from being here all day long. Today we are staying home. I'm not going to the gym, I'm not running errands, and I wanted to get ahead of all of the bedding. It's been a little while since the sheets have been washed, so I'm starting with my bedding. I'm just getting it put in the wash, and then I'm gonna get going on all of our breakfast mess. It is about 8:30 in the morning right now. So I have my 2 oldest kids, Nora and Dane, started on their schoolwork. And my younger 2 kids are in the living room. They're playing with each other. They are almost 4 years old and 1 year old. And I'm just unloading the dishes from the night before. Now that I have all of those dishes put away, I'm getting all of our breakfast dishes cleaned up and put in the dishwasher. This morning it really wasn't bad if you're noticing that there's really not much of a mess. My kids tend to eat a lot of toast, and they do yogurt with granola in the mornings, and then a lot of fruit. So this morning, none of them actually were very hungry. Just my boys had some yogurt, and then my 2 girls had some toast and some berries. So the mess really wasn't too bad, but there were definitely a lot of crumbs that I needed to go behind and clean up. So with 4 kids, I am constantly picking things up, and this right here is what I'm doing all day long. I'm always grabbing things as I'm running through the room doing something else. If there's something in my way or something that needs to be put away, I will grab it and take care of that, and that is what helps keep all the clutter and the mess down. But right now I'm coming into the kids' bedrooms. I'm starting in Nora's room, and I'm just going to be taking all of her sheets off. Her extra blankets don't need to be washed, but I am going to wash her pillowcases and her large blanket as well. And then I'm going to be going into the boys' room and getting their sheets and their big blankets as well. So you guys might notice that I have my phone with me, and there is a handsome young man on there. That is my husband. He is traveling for work right now, so he's actually in Africa. And they're 7 hours ahead of us, and he's working a night shift. So he calls us when he gets up for his day, which is the late afternoon his time, and it's late morning for us. So I'm talking to him while I'm getting these chores done because that's really the only way to go about this. And I am so thankful for technology. Having him away, it helps a lot that he can call and we can see each other face to face. And the kids are doing really well, even though it is hard him being gone. Having the ability to talk to him and see him is really helping them with that a lot. So right now I'm just getting the kids' bedding going, and I've got their sheets in, and their big blankets will go in next. All right, you guys, so at this point it's been a couple of hours and the kids have eaten their lunch. I've got the older ones settled back into their schoolwork, and I always like to come in and give the kitchen a good once over again, just so that it doesn't pile up and then there's a big mess in the late afternoon. So I always come in after lunchtime and get everything all cleaned up again. I haven't eaten my lunch quite yet. I do follow keto and intermittent fasting, so I don't usually eat until about 1 o'clock or so. But right now, I'm just getting the kids' mess cleaned up. So Dane is almost always done with his lessons before Nora. He's only 5, so his lessons don't take near as long as hers. I'm just coming in and getting everything cleaned up. He loves to have his little stuffed animals in here with him. He's upstairs playing with his brother, but a lot of times I will have him come down and help me clean up. And then I'm going to be wiping down the table because it did get some paint on it. He was doing a craft earlier, and I wanted to make sure that that got all cleaned up so that my little 1-year-old didn't get it all over the place. And then Nora is doing her reading time. She likes to just sit and read while I'm doing housework. So she's going to be reading a chapter out of her book while I'm cleaning up. At this point, my bedding was done, so I'm coming in and getting it out of the dryer. We do use those wool dryer balls, so whenever I wash the bedding and the sheets, I always have to search and make sure that those aren't hidden in all the blankets. This right here is really cute. This is definitely very telling of the time of day. Little Abby is ready for her nap. It's about 12:30 right now, and she's 13 months and she's trying to get herself down to 1 nap a day. So it's a little hit and miss when she's ready to go down, but she was definitely ready to go. So after I get the bed made, I'm going to be putting her down for her nap.
Hey, where have you been? I've been looking for you now and then. Someone just like you, who can make me feel the way you do. 'Cause if I'm the ocean, you're the
Alright, so I've got Avalie down for her nap, and the laundry was done, so I wanted to get this turned over one last time. And it's the middle of the day right now. The boys are getting a little bit stir crazy. They are going to be going outside in just a little bit here, but Nora was finishing up her schoolwork, and I wanted to wait and have everybody all together. I didn't want to have them out there while she was still in here. So he wanted to come in and help me out with the laundry, and he is a really, really good helper. I'm sure those of you who have watched my channel before, you've seen him and Nora pitching in quite a bit when it comes to my videos. They like to help a lot.
We could run away.
So a habit that I've created as far as my daily cleanup is definitely to come in the middle of the day, usually when Abby is taking her nap. I like to get everything picked up. I have no idea how the bowl ended up in the living room, but that's life with little ones. And I like to get everything all tidied up just so that, again, the mess doesn't stack up during the day, because it gets out of hand so fast, and clutter is one thing that I cannot stand. I don't like tripping over toys or just seeing the mess. It just gives me real anxiety. So I usually come in the middle of the day and take care of this stuff. So I wanted to ask you guys if you could give me your opinion down in the comments about this piano. I've had it for a long, long time, and I'm planning to bring it with us when we move into our home. We are hoping to be moving at the end of the year and buying a home. We are renting right now. I am wanting to paint it. I'm thinking to do the chalk paint, but I've never actually seen a piano in real life that was done to. I've seen pictures and I think they're gorgeous. I've seen white and gray and like a minty blue color, but I'm wondering if you guys have any opinions on it. Any of you DIYers, I'm really not great at things like that. So I just wanted to get your thoughts. If you've seen one in real life, do you think it would work? Would it just end up being a pain? Let me know, because I'd love to paint it and give it a real facelift. I am going to wait though until we move, just so we know the colors of the home before I do it. But let me know what you guys think. This chore is one that I have let slide for a long time. I cannot remember the last time I came in and washed down the leather. It's holding up really well, this furniture. I'm really happy with it. It really wasn't that expensive, but it's holding up very well. It's really tough and durable. So I am happy with it. I'm going to be using the Wyman leather wipes. These things work really well. They get the dirt and the grime off. There's also some paint on here that it did pull off. I mean, it's washable kids paint, but it did bring it off. And then it also conditions and polishes the leather a little bit. So I needed to come in and do this because it's been a really long time. This isn't something that I do constantly. Don't feel like this is something I do every week. It was just a task that needed to get done, and I felt like taking advantage of it today. But I think that this furniture is probably going to become playroom furniture when we move. It's just starting to get pretty worn, and it's definitely not my taste when it comes to living room furniture. So I think that it's probably going to end up being extra playroom furniture when we move. All right, so it is now late afternoon and all of the laundry is done. So I'm just gonna be working on getting all of the kids' beds put back together again, and I have them upstairs. They're gonna be helping me out. We're gonna be picking up a few things, and Nora's gonna be making her bed. She is almost 8 years old, so I'm just gonna be bringing in her laundry. Right now she's in there cleaning up her room a little bit. All right, you guys, so I am taking care of a load of my laundry that's actually from the day before. Laundry is the most difficult chore for me to see through start to finish. I have no problem washing it because I don't like having piles of dirty laundry around, but once it's clean, I will let it sit on the floor for one day, a couple of days, even 3 days. So it's actually pretty good that I got to this as quickly as I did.
Growing up, know that I'm right.
So now it is several hours later. We have had our dinner. I've got my younger 2 kids down for bed, and my older 2 are hanging out in the living room, and I'm coming in to get everything cleaned up from dinner. Tonight I made a pork loin with some Brussels sprouts and a glaze, and I did that in the Instant Pot. Do you guys have an Instant Pot? I have had mine for a while now, I think well over a year anyway. And I don't use it as much as I should. I'm trying to get back into it. I'm trying to find new recipes. So tonight it was actually the first time that I had used it in a long time, other than boiling eggs, and the first time that I had cooked a pork loin in it. But it turned out really well. It was really juicy and very flavorful. So that was a success that I was happy to have tonight.
You got me going under. I'm a weak child. You got me high like California. Your pink sky while it's hot all over. You're a dreamer.
And raise your hand if you're the parent of children who are constantly asking for food after dinner. That is what's happening right here. The drama that you're seeing is him lamenting to me about how hungry he is. He has a pretty big appetite, but it doesn't seem to matter how much I feed him or what I feed him for dinner. He's always looking for more goodies afterwards.
Say you can't, I don't believe it. I'm a dreamer. Love on, you make me crave all that I shouldn't. Our love is so but sweet as sugar. I'm a weak child. Please say don't go, babe. I won't behave. I'm raising hell with you tonight. It ain't over till it's over. Let's make it count and move things slower. Although my heart will be broken, let's go out with one big explosion.
So now that I've got the dinner dishes all cleaned up, you guys know I love to clean my sink. I usually clean it in the mornings and then always at night. I really enjoy waking up to a fresh, clean sink in the mornings.
A triple life, a final cry. 'Cause you and I used to be paradise. Used to be paradise. Used to be paradise. Used to be paradise. It ain't over till it's over. Let's make it count and move things slower. Although my heart will be broken, let's go out with one big explosion. No, it ain't over till it's over. Let's make it count and move things slower.
If I have dishes that are drying on the countertop, I do usually go in with the towel and dry them off and put them away, just because, again, I don't like waking up in the mornings and having a mess in front of me. So I get the counters all cleaned off and ready to go for the morning. And you guys who have been with me for quite a while know that I always have to vacuum or sweep at night because the crumbs are serious in this home. So I'm going through with the vacuum, which is a task that I actually find very relaxing. I love doing this at night because everything else is quiet. Sometimes I will put on some music, but other times I just like to have the house quiet and I'll go through and I'll vacuum. So I'm now getting everything all shut down for the night. The last thing is just making sure that the countertops are nice and clean. We did have dinner with, the glaze on it. It was a little bit sticky, so I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything left over on the countertop. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. Again, it was just a look at an entire day's worth of cleaning for me, how I stay ahead of all of the messes and getting everything done with all of my kids hanging around. It's just basically, I'm constantly picking up as I'm going along and I'm doing things, and a lot of starting and stopping, taking breaks, hanging with the kids, helping with schoolwork, but doing the chores in the middle of it all. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Consider subscribing if you're new. I'd love to have you around. I'd love to get to know you guys. Introduce yourself in the comments, and I will see you with my next video.